Hello, my name is Ting-Foon Chik. I'm usually known as Foon. I'm absolutely delighted to be talking to you about one of my favourite topics, the 4 pillars of destiny. In this presentation, we're going to be taking a very brief look at wealth and how lucky you are in wealth according to your 4 pillars. Let's begin by talking about luck. In the Chinese way of looking at the world, luck can be thought of as 3 categories. There's heaven luck, there's earth luck, and in between heaven and earth we have human luck. When we're talking about Chinese astrology, about the 4 pillars of destiny, we are really looking at our heaven luck. However, luck is not a fixed line. Luck is a wide path, and how you walk along that path can determine your success in life. Feng Shui is earth luck, so with the help of Feng Shui you can find a better path to walk. Some people say you create your own luck, and there's some truth in that, because human luck is about the decisions you make and the actions you take. So human and earth luck can be moulded, can be manipulated in some way. Heaven luck, the luck you were born with, the luck that's in your astrology, we can't really change that, because the moment of your first breath, that determines your character and your destiny. But what we can do is we can be aware of when our luck is good and when our luck is not so good. It's like the weather forecast. If you know it's going to rain, you carry an umbrella. And that's how we can use the 4 pillars of destiny, which is a form of Chinese astrology, to help you climb that ladder and reach for the stars, and hopefully accumulate some wealth along the way. So what are the 4 pillars? The 4 pillars are the year pillar, the month pillar, the day pillar, and the hour pillar. Each pillar consists of an earthly branch in the bottom part and a heavenly stem in the top part. And the 4 pillars is also sometimes known as Ba Zi. Ba Zi means 8 characters, so you can count there are 8 squares, 4 heavenly stems, 4 earthly branches, each arranged in a pillar according to a segment of time. What we look for when we do a 4 pillars chart is we look at the heavenly stem of the day, and we call that the day master. The day master represents you, and you can be one of 10 types, and those 10 types of Daymaster are the 5 elements together with yin and yang. The 5 elements are fire, earth, metal, water and wood. So how do we get our 4 pillars chart? These days it's very convenient. You can use software. You can use software from www.4pillars.net or software on www.astrofengshui.com. What you do when you use software is you need to input your date of birth, the time and the place, and that helps us calculate a 4 pillars chart. We don't have time to go into the details of how to calculate a 4 pillars chart, so I'm going to leave it to you to go and look at the software to calculate it yourself. Once we have our 4 pillars chart, we need to look at the 6 spirits. The 6 spirits move in a cycle. So what are they? First and foremost, we have the Daymaster. Remember, the Daymaster is what represents you in the chart, and you can be one of 5 elements. So you could be a water person, a wood person, a fire person, an earth person, or a metal person. Another spirit is what we call parallel. Parallel are peers, friends and competitors, and they are the same element as yourself. So if you're a water person, your parallel is also water. The Daymaster and parallel generates output. Output generates wealth. Wealth generates power. Power generates resource. And resource generates the Daymaster and parallel. So the 6 spirits are the Daymaster, parallel, output, wealth, power and resource. The spirit we're going to focus on in this presentation is, of course, wealth. Wealth is what you control. Remember, your Daymaster can be one of 5 elements. So if your Daymaster is fire, fire controls metal. So metal is the wealth element for a fire person. What if you're an earth person? Your Daymaster is the earth element. Earth controls water, so water is the wealth element for an earth person. If you're a metal person, metal controls wood, so wood is wealth to a metal person. If you're a water person, water controls fire. So the fire element is wealth for a water person? What if you're a wood person? Wood controls earth. So for those who are born with a wood day master, earth in your 4 pillars represents wealth. So where is the wealth in the 4 pillars chart? You can find the wealth in the heavenly stems or hidden in the earthly branches. What if you can't find any wealth anywhere in your 4 pillars? It doesn't mean you won't have any money. It does mean that what makes you happy isn't wealth. Remember that the 4 pillars is a blueprint for character and destiny. So the 4 pillars, the natal chart, tells us something about your character, but your destiny, the broad path which you can walk along, is determined by your luck pillars. So even when wealth is missing in your natal chart, it can still turn up at different times according to your luck. Let's look at the chart for Lady Gaga. There's Lady Gaga, and here is her 4 pillars chart. Now Lady Gaga is a metal person. She's a yin metal person, and for a yin metal person, wood represents wealth. Remember, metal controls wood. Now when we look at Lady Gaga's 4 pillars chart, let's see where we can find the wealth. We happen to know, because she's incredibly successful, that she is very wealthy. So let's see where the wealth is in Lady Gaga's chart. We don't see any of it on the stems. However, when we come to the branches, we see that the hidden stems in the branches has wood in the month branch and also wood in the year branch and a little bit of wood in the day branch. So there we have it. We have found the wealth in Lady Gaga's chart. Now, what's significant to note about the wealth in Lady Gaga's chart is she was born in a wealth month, because wood is her wealth element, and she was born in rabbit month, which is pure wood. We say a chart like this that wealth is timely, and when wealth is timely, it's the most vibrant spirit in the chart. Also, what we see in the month branch is that tells us what somebody looks for in life. So we can see that Lady Gaga is indeed very money-minded. So you've heard me talk about these luck pillars. So what is luck in the 4 pillars? We have in the 4 pillars chart heavenly stems. That's like chi in action. And we have earthly branches, which are markers of space and time. Remember, we just looked at Lady Gaga's chart, and the month branch, the rabbit, had wealth. So then we have our luck pillars. So remember, wealth can come in the luck pillars, and the luck pillars are space-time frames. There are two types of luck pillars. There's 10-year luck pillars, and there's also annual luck pillars. And what happens is these luck pillars interact with the natal chart, and we can look at the pattern and do a reading. So what happens when wealth arrives in luck pillars? Will you win the lottery? Not necessarily, because depending on the balance of the elements in your chart, when wealth arrives, it can bring you good luck or bad luck. Generally speaking, we can say the Daymaster, which I've abbreviated to DM here, can be strong or weak. Remember, wealth is what you control. So if your Daymaster is strong, you can handle a lot more wealth. So when wealth comes along in luck pillars for a strong Daymaster, it can mean good wealth luck. Power. Power is also quite important in a chart. If you're a strong Daymaster, your chart will have parallels. Parallels are the same element as your Daymaster, and parallels can also control wealth, so that's why we call parallel wealth robbers. However, if you have power in your chart, the power can control the wealth robbers. In general, we can also have a Daymaster that's weak. Now, when you're a weak Daymaster and you're trying to control wealth, it can be quite exhausting for you. In which case, when wealth arrives in luck pillars, depending on the chart, it can be harmful. What if you've already got wealth in your chart and you're a weak Daymaster? When parallels come along, they can help you control wealth. So we don't necessarily look for when wealth arrives in your luck pillars to see if that's when you'll be lucky about money. It depends in general on whether you are a strong Daymaster or a weak Daymaster. You heard me mention about having wealth in your natal chart, and we had a look at Lady Gaga's chart and we found the wealth in her natal chart. So does it mean you'll be rich if you have a lot of wealth in your natal chart? The answer is it depends. What if you've calculated your 4 pillars chart and you've realised that you don't actually have much wealth in your natal chart? Should you be worried that you won't make a fortune? Not necessarily. Let's have a look at the chart for the late Steve Jobs. Now we know he made loads of money, and here is Steve Jobs' 4 pillars chart. Steve Jobs is a fire person. In fact, he's a yang fire person. So for a fire person, metal is wealth. Now when we look at Steve Jobs' chart, we don't see a lot of metal. There's only a little tiny bit hidden in the dog in the hour pillar. There's none on the stems, yet he was incredibly rich. What was his secret? We can see that as a fire person, he had output on either side. Remember when we looked at the 6 spirits? Output generates wealth. So in Steve Jobs' case, the wealth element is generated by all that output in his chart. He was certainly a very creative chap. Would you like to know more about the 4 pillars, about wealth, about power? You might already have come across the 4 pillars, in which case I would really recommend you take the 4 pillars correspondence course. Visit www.astrofengshui.com and click through on 4 pillars. Even if today is the first time you've come across 4 pillars, if you practice feng shui, I really recommend you also learn 4 pillars. Now, correspondence course doesn't sound particularly exciting. However, you're not learning the correspondence course on your own. You have access to a rich archive of lots of discussions about 4 pillars, and you can ask questions of other course members. And I visit the forum from time to time and answer questions. Once you're signed up for the 4 pillars correspondence course, you can also consider doing the How to Give 4 Pillars Readings webinar series. That's a webinar series that I ran myself. You get to watch videos like this one talking about 4 pillars, and you also get a transcript of what was in the video, so you can refer to it later. If you're not quite ready to start taking courses and webinars, you can just get some free hints and tips on understanding the 4 pillars. So how do you do that? You can contact me on Twitter. I'm at astrologerfoon. On Facebook, I have a Facebook account, Ting-Foon.Chik on Facebook, or you can use what seems like quite old-fashioned these days. You can contact me directly on my personal email. So get in touch and ask me about getting the free hints and tips on understanding 4 pillars. Also, if you have any questions about today's presentation, please feel free to get in touch. I hope you are enjoying the whole of the conference, and it's been my pleasure to talk to you today about the 4 pillars. I hope to hear from you in the future. Until then, a fond farewell. Bye for now.